So where do I even get started with all this stuff? Saving, investing, and finance. It's too much. So let's start at the basic level. Now, if you have high interest debt that isn't going toward buying you a home, we're talking like more than 5%, pay it off or else it will drain you dry in a hurry. It's one way to make paychecks go away quick. But once you don't have that debt anymore, once it is paid off, you have two regular buckets in your life. Something like your checking account, where a lot of your check's going to go for bills, food, all that stuff that you absolutely have to have. Let's try to keep the stuff you don't need to spend on low until we've got some good clarity here. Then you've got savings. And sometimes your savings are just a tiny bit. A lot of people fall victim to the mindset problem of, oh, I don't have enough money to invest. I don't have enough money to even save. Thing is, that's kind of like saying, oh, I can't bench press 500 pounds, so I shouldn't go to the gym. I'm not already ripped, so I shouldn't get on the treadmill. It's silly. Because the thing about saving is it's never done all at once unless you get a huge windfall, which most of us don't. Most of the time, saving is every paycheck, get a little tiny bit. Next paycheck, a little tiny bit. Another paycheck, a little bit more. It may only be a few bucks per paycheck. It may only be 20, 30, 50, 100 bucks in a month. But where it gets really powerful is what they call dollar cost averaging. That's an investing term where you put in usually a set amount on a regular period. It's like a little pulse where you just put a little bit in at a time. If I do this enough times on regular intervals, the amount will stack up higher and higher till after a while it starts being competitive, start to be similar levels of fullness. And once you have similar levels of fullness between your monthly gotta have stuff in your checking account versus your savings, you have what's called a 1 month cash fund. And a 1 month cash fund means on one side, you have enough money that if you fell really ill and had to cut your hours at work, and you couldn't work very much, couldn't make very much, you could still pay your bills from your savings. Same thing. If your car needs a repair, use a tidbit of savings. Oh, something came up, roof leak, problem with one of your bills getting too big, a little bit of savings. Over time, putting in a little bit can help you a lot during those rare occasions when you need it. One problem people sometimes go into is savings should not be just savings for a rainy day fund or for holiday shopping. They need to be things like when there's an actual emergency, when there's an actual problem, then it can spring into action. Most of the time, it's just going to sit there in your savings account and pay you some interest. Please drop a comment, like, if there's anything else you'd like me to cover early on. Got some great plans for later this week as far as what we're going to talk about as far as helping your savings to be maximized, helping them do as much as they can for you, and eventually getting into investing. Thank you.